In this video, I'm going to show you how to manage inventory for your products and how to set up warehouses. So what we're going to do is navigate over to our products by clicking on products over here on the left-hand side. And for this example, I'm just going to use our bow tie product. So we're going to click in here, and to enable inventory for this product, what we're going to do is come here to our advanced settings, and we're going to enable inventory. And you'll see here that that brings up our inventory settings, and we have our virtual inventory and our physical inventory. So your virtual inventory is going to be for things like courses that you want to limit access to. So you only want to sell 100 spots for this particular course. So you would put in 100 items of virtual inventory here, and that will count down as if it were a physical product. And once you have sold 100 units of that virtual product, it will no longer be available. So that is how the virtual inventory is going to work. But then we also have our physical inventory. And you'll see that when I enable physical inventory, I get this pop-up telling me to add a warehouse. This is because I don't have any warehouses in the system. So I want to go ahead and add a warehouse. So let's go ahead and call this warehouse 1. There we go. And then I would select my staff. I'm just going to select Gil. And then you would select your address. And once you have done that, you're going to click Save. All right, so now we have our warehouse enabled and we have our physical inventory enabled. And there is one thing that I want to point out. Once you have your physical inventory enabled, you'll notice that shipping has also been enabled and that you can't disable that with physical inventory. So all physical products will have shipping requirements, and that you won't be able to disable in the system. All right, so then you would set up your products, you'd set up your SKUs, your barcodes, and then we can manage our inventory. So we're going to say that in Warehouse 1, we've got 100 items of stock. So what we're going to do is click on inventory and choose to add 100 items of stock. We can then add a note, and I'm just going to say that this is stock intake, and I'm going to hit save. So now we've got 100 items of stock that have been added to that warehouse. And we can also add a low stock threshold. So this is then going to give us a warning when we're running low on this particular stock. So let's go ahead and say that our low stock threshold for this product is 20 items. Then we can go ahead and hit save. So now we've got 100 items of inventory for this particular product, and we have a low stock threshold of 20 items. You'll also notice that over here on the left-hand side, we have an inventory category over here. So I'm going to click on inventory, and here you'll be able to see a breakdown of what is available in Warehouse 1, because we've only got one warehouse. So we can see that we've got 100 items of our bow tie in stock. Now, for the purpose of this example, I am going to go and create a few variants of this product. So I'm going to click on my product, and all I have to do is click view product, and it will take me directly to my product. And what I want to do is enable some variants, and we've already been through this. So I'm just going to come here to my advanced settings, enable variants, and let's say that I want to go with color here. And we're going to go with a red bow tie, a blue bow tie, and a yellow bow tie. Those are primary colors. I'm going to hit save. So now I want to go ahead and give each of these items stock. So I'm going to click into my blue bow tie over here, come to my advanced settings, enable inventory, make sure that it is a physical inventory. And I'm also just going to give this 100 items of stock. And we're going to say that the low stock threshold for this is also 20, not 200, 20. Then we're going to hit save. And we're going to do the same for our yellow bow tie. Oh, I want to save my changes. Sorry, there we go. Yellow bow tie, we are also going to give this stock. So we want to enable inventory. We're going to come here to our physical inventory, and we're going to give this 100 items of stock, and our low stock threshold is also 20. We're going to save that, and we do want to make this published as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Come here to our blue bow tie and also publish that product and save that. So now when it comes to my inventory, you'll see that we have our stock items, and I clearly didn't give my blue bow tie any stock, so I must have made a little mistake there, but that's okay. This is a good example of how you can manage stock here. So you'll see that the blue bow tie, which is currently out of stock, is at the top. It's got our attention. Hey, this item's out of stock. You might need to get new stock. You might need to restock this product. Then we have our red bow tie. And let's say that actually our red bow tie has sort of gotten to that low stock threshold. So we could actually come in here and we could say that our low stock threshold is 100 items. We could hit save. And then you'll see that that item is now considered low stock. It's also been moved, well, not moved because it was already there, but it's now prioritized under the out of stock items. So any out of stock items have the highest priority and any low stock items have the next highest priority. So we'll be able to go through these and see what items need to be restocked. Now we've just got one warehouse. What happens if we've got two warehouses? So what we're going to do is come here to setup on the left hand side. We're going to click on warehouses and we're going to go ahead and add a second warehouse. So I'm going to add another warehouse. I'm going to call this one warehouse 2. I'm going to select both of my staff members over here and we'll just select a different location. We can hit save and now we've got warehouse 1, warehouse 2. Now what I can do is actually simply come back to my inventory here and you'll see that I have at a glance my warehouse stocks. So I can see that I have one item out of stock in warehouse 1. I have one item that is low in stock and I have one item that is in stock. So I'll be able to see that at a glance. In warehouse 2, I can see that I've got 3 items that are out of stock. So I can click into this and you'll see I've got all of these items out of stock. Now, something I can do is I can either navigate to that product and I can manage the stock for these products here within the product itself, or I can manage it from the inventory side. So I'm going to click back in my inventory here. I'm going to come here to warehouse 2 and we're going to add some stock for each of these items. So I'm going to click here on inventory. I'm going to add 100 items of stock for each of these. I could add my note as well and I can hit save. So again, you'll see that all of these items are going to be marked as in stock as I do this. So let's go ahead and add stock for each of these. I can also then change the low stock threshold for all of these right here in the inventory spot. All right, I'm showing off things that I don't want to show off just yet. All right, let's do that. Give them all a low stock threshold, then we can hit save. All right, and you'll see as well that if I change this red bow tie, for example, and we say, oh, well, actually, I'm now going to subtract some items. Someone came along and made a massive purchase, perhaps, and they bought 80 items of this particular product. We're going to say personal purchase, perhaps, and we're going to hit save. And you'll see that that red bow tie is then moved into the upper quadrant because it's now in low stock. So now it's got our attention again. Again, we can navigate back to our warehouse here and you'll see again from a quick view, we've got nothing out of stock, one item in low stock, 2 items that are in stock. And again, we can simply view all of this in the inventory view. We don't have to go to the product specifically. You can just manage the inventory from the inventory section of the system. Now we can also get a rundown of the product history regarding its inventory. So we can click into the warehouse that we want to look at, and then we can simply click on the item that we would like to view the history of. So if I click on the red bow tie, for example, you'll see that I've got this information about the addition of 100 products to the stock here. But I can also view the product history and inventory history of a product by navigating to that product. So I'm going to click view product. And I'm going to scroll down to the particular variant that I would like to use or view. And I can click here on view inventory history and I'll be able to see that inventory history right there as well. So that is how you can manage stock and warehouses within the system. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to set up different shipping methods. I'll see you there.